Right on. Welcome to the Dark Horse Paranormal Podcast live.
Just live?
Just live. I'm Chris Carr.
I'm Kristen Johnson.
How are you guys doing? It is almost Halloween time.
Yes, it is.
It is. It's closer to the salmon. Happy salmon. That's what we say in New England. Happy salmon. I'm going to Salem. Happy salmon. No, yeah, that's the kind of thing we do. Yeah. Anyways, hope you guys are enjoying the new show on Thursdays. I want to let you know the last week's broadcast with Lynn Monet will be putting out as a podcast this week, maybe even combined with tonight's interview. And if you have not aware, we have a show on Saturdays, Bigfoot and the Bunny. And this week, our special Halloween edition, Salmon is going to be June Lundgren. And that'll be a lot of fun. That'll be really cool. The Demon Seer.
Mm-hmm. We've had her on before.
Yeah, she's great. She's great. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Uh-oh, I'm wrapped in your wire. Thank you.
Uh-oh. We're all disorganized.
No, we're not.
We have a great guest for you guys, a good friend of ours, our paranormal peep. We love her. Her name is Shea Carroll, and she is the co-owner of Paranormal Buzz Radio. She's a podcast host and paranormal investigator. Her whole life, she has been drawn to the paranormal and supernatural. After having several paranormal experiences throughout her life, she started researching and reading everything she could about the paranormal. She began formally investigating back in 2015. She also produces many of the shows on Paranormal Buzz Radio.
We have been on them.
Yeah.
One of them.
And she's definitely one of the hardest working people we know.
Absolutely.
In the paranormal. I'm going to bring her right on. Shea Carroll.
Hey.
Hey.
How's it going?
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. You probably recognize the background in our picture.
I do. The coffin room.
Oh, yes.
The traveling casket at Wilson Castle. We'll get into that a little later. We're hoping you could tell our audience how you get started in the paranormal. What were some of the experiences you were having growing up and what that was like?
Oh, wow. Yeah, it just always, I was always drawn to the paranormal. I had paranormal experiences really young. Just crazy stuff. And as a teenager, it kind of went away. And then as I got older, it came back. And I think as a teenager, I was too interested in, boys and shopping and to be paying attention to my surroundings.
Mm-hmm.
So,
what sort of things were happening? What kind of things did you see or experience?
I'm trying to remember. Let's see. My mind just went blank, guys. I talk about this stuff all the time.
Right. See that? And the shoe's on the other foot because, of course, you're more used to being on this side.
Yeah,
that's right.
And doing your shows and interviewing other people. Now,
I hate talking about myself. One of the strange things that happened to me, and I don't know if you consider this paranormal or not paranormal, but it fits really into my strange life as a child and how things began. But when I was like a year old, I could talk like in full sentences. Surprise, surprise. And one day I told my mother,
No, I'm kidding.
Oh man. Are we allowed to say asshole on the air? No.
Yes. Yes, you may.
There we go. Yep. Next time I see you in person, I'm just going to go meow. Oh, stop it. Oh, I knew I should have drank for this. I just got water.
That's all we have.
Yeah, that's all in our magic cups.
Yeah. See, mine really is. They can see mine.
It could be vodka. We don't know.
Oh, no. You would know.
Yeah, actually, we would.
You would definitely be able to tell that. So yeah, I woke up and told my mother I died and went to heaven, and God sent me back and described heaven to her. My mother was not a religious person, did not talk about God in the house. So that just like strange things like that just
Wow, that is
It
pretty
is.
interesting.
Yeah.
yeah, said I had to come back. I couldn't say. So
I've heard that from other people as well. There's too
Yeah.
much to do. Too
yeah,
many people to take care of.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
almost like a near death experience.
Yeah.
I had one of those too at like 18 months. Like a year before, yeah.
Really?
18 months old.
18 months old, yeah.
Wow.
Well, not pregnant, Kristen.
Well, no, because it's hard in my memories. We don't really sit still. In our memories, we really don't remember
I
that.
don't remember things.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, I don't
usually-
remember that one. I don't, but I just remember the story of it.
What happened?
My mother's behind me hiding. I had a strep infection throughout my body or something. Yeah. And it was
Wow.
during the blizzard of 78, that huge blizzard.
wow.
You remember?
Yes, we
I
do.
do remember that blizzard.
Yeah, I was like 18 months old, and they weren't supposed to be driving, and they pulled over and got a huge ticket, even though I was just about dead.
My God.
The ticket went away, but yeah, it was pretty bad. So,
Wow.
Hi, Deb.
hi, Deb. Hello. She said hello.
Hello,
Be
hello.
heard. Come on.
Oh
come
yeah,
on.
I forgot. Yeah, I can't hear her because of the earbuds, but excuse me.
No worries, no worries. So what made you get into this in a formal way?
A guy,
A dude?
Just a
a
dude.
dude. I decided to get rid of the guy and kept the paranormal. Yes, exactly.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So
Got rid of the guy, kept the paranormal. Well, yeah,
yeah,
that pays off.
Yep.
And how did you get your start? Did you start off on like a team, or were you doing
he had been
investigation?
investigating, and so I started investigating with him, and we started a team, and it went from there. So
Wow.
that was like 2014, 2015. I say 2015 because I think that's like formal investigations, other than messing around.
Residential.
Yep, I've done residential. I don't particularly do it anymore in the past year since I've had a lot go on, and I just don't think emotionally I should be helping people right now.
Mm-hmm. We understand.
Yeah.
Sure.
So.
Need to back off a little.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. And residentials can be pretty involved.
Yes.
Right. Right. So you're doing that. You're doing investigations. You got the dude, and then somewhere along the way, you decide I want to get in on this podcasting thing.
That was on accident, and it was pretty much right away. A friend had to bail out on a show and suggested me as the guest. And then I was a guest again, and then I was doing panels, like roundtable panels for a friend every week. And then I was a fill-in co-host.
Wow.
And then I became a regular co-host. And then I did that for a couple of years. And then I started my own show, and within, I think I was on episode 5, and I got the notice that the network was shutting down.
Oh, geez.
So I was like, what do? I have a couple weeks to figure it out. And so Matt was like, well, let's do this. And one thing led to another. And then a couple other people from that network wanted to join.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how it went.
So it was Matt Waddell.
Matt is the guilty guy. Then he got you going with that.
No, but Matt was the one that rescued me from the paranormal, because my house had just burnt down. So I had no computer. I had no equipment to do a show, and he got everything for me. And he's like, well, you already have everything. let's
Do
let's
this.
do this. Yep.
Let's do this thing.
So
Yeah.
yep.
That's awesome. Great.
Yeah. And for those that just tuned in,
3 years later, here we are.
this is
Wow.
we're talking about your co-ownership of Paranormal Buzz Radio. And you can go to www.paranormalbuzzradio.com for more information. But basically, I think probably most people listen to you through their podcasting outlets and all your shows. And there are many, we want to talk about some of them, are available anywhere you get podcasts. Isn't that right?
Yes.
That's great.
Everywhere.
And
Crazy.
yeah.
Crazy.
So it's Google, Apple, everything. Amazon now, right?
Yes, Amazon, YouTube, Spotify, our iHeartRadio, Deezer. There's so many I can't even name them.
Yeah, there's a lot now. Yeah,
We understand.
that's a thing. So, I forgot what I
Where's
was
the
gonna
cricket
say.
button there,
Yeah, right.
buddy?
I need that cricket button.
Right? Don't you love the word I hate saying the word and I hear myself say it like 1,000 times.
Oh, when you go back and have to edit your own show or something, you're like,
Unfortunately, ours are live, and that's basically all I do because I can't get a sentence out worth shit. So,
Oh,
hey,
yeah,
I
she-
swore.
A legit question out here from Darren Buss. He asks, what is your favorite technique to do paranormal investigations?
it depends on the location. It depends on works well with the location. Depends what the claims are. It's
We
always
understand.
different. I kind of go with the environment and what I think's going to work the best. But my go-tos are EVP. I like the Estes method there.
hmm That was done by Connor Randall. You have to give him credit for that. And Carl Pfeiffer.
Yes.
Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I could never remember that.
I'm surprised I just did.
Good
Good.
Your
job.
go-to piece of equipment would be a recorder. And we would agree with you. That's definitely
That's
ours
a
too. You know, if I have to bring one thing, it would be a recorder, and go from there. Then probably adding the ghost box, the spirit box, whatever you want to call it.
Especially when the three of us are together.
Oh my,
Yeah.
yes.
Absolutely. And we want to get into some of that. I've got we investigated, I should say, let our audience know, Wilson Castle, which you are hosting the event at, and you've hosted there a few times, right? More than a couple of weeks. And everybody had gone to bed. I guess what the story behind this is, we stayed up. It was on the second day. We went on a Saturday, and you were hosting a weekend. And
36 hours we did.
yeah, there's a lot. So you were pretty tired when we got there.
Yeah, you're already loopy and stuff.
We thought we were tired from like driving.
Yeah.
But it was nothing compared to what
You had
and
going on.
everybody had done the Friday. We're feeling, because you guys kind of did it all on Friday night. So then we show up and we're like, yeah, we like the tour. Yeah, let's go investigate. And everybody's going to bed. And I think it's around 3 a.m. We kept you and your mom.
Yes, Deb.
Deb.
Deb,
up,
yep.
and
Deb's in the background.
We had some pretty amazing experiences upstairs.
And who? Celine.
Yes.
And Celine.
James Anita's girlfriend was with us.
Yes.
Celine was with us.
So it was us 5.
And we were in the room there. It's in our background at Wilson Castle, which was a ballroom at one time. And it contains, and now it contains, a traveling casket. And that's what you see in the lower portion of the screen, is a wicker-like casket that was donated by a local funeral home.
That had
used it. And hundreds of bodies apparently have been carted around in this traveling casket. I didn't even realize such a thing existed.
Neither did I.
A traveling casket. It's like a sideshow act, but it's just just a box for dead people.
Well, now we use body bags and stuff, but I guess back then they didn't.
Right. Yeah, bags probably were hard to come by, and probably a little rude. Throw somebody in a canvas sack and
just throw them in
drag them around.
Yeah. And there was a lot of. When we walked in the room, we immediately could tell there was some kind of activity and attachment
It was weird because
towards
the
that,
place
or
itself,
with that. Yeah.
Wilson Castle, I think just has the best vibe going.
Oh, that
When we
gallery.
pulled up, we were so excited, and we walked into the what they call the gallery room.
Art
And
gallery. Yeah.
yeah, we both like literally had chills up
Yeah.
and down our arms. Kristen turned to me. She's like, I got chills. Like,
I love
it's
it.
like, so do I, but it was a good feeling.
It's
Like,
peaceful.
it felt really up and positive, and
Mhm.
it was just wonderful, you know. And it seemed like it was more than the natural effect of the room. Now the room itself is beautiful, filled with beautiful art. There's very high ceilings, and there's like a skylight built into the ceiling, and everything.
Huge skylight.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
everything is so ornate and interesting in that castle.
It's beautiful. It really
It
is.
The architecture alone is just ridiculously so cool.
It is. It's
Mhm.
amazing. There's no other words to describe it.
Ah, okay.
We just found out something
I
about
figured
you
this.
from Mr. Darren Buss. It says
He's being funny
the flashlight game.
because he knows I hate it.
and why do you hate the flashlight?
Yeah.
I just
I'm assuming this is where you loosen a
twist off.
flashlight to the point where it's almost disconnected and it's
Right.
on the
Yeah.
verge, and you can kind of do the yes or no question thing and see
Because
if it's
I'm not a scientist, but I do know that energy builds up, and there is going to be some kind of connection, whether it's on or off. It's like if it's like a light bulb that's not quite unscrewed all the way,
Mhm.
it could still flash off and on. So, like, I just don't think it's a good enough, and I don't really trust everybody. So, depending on who I'm like, I don't know how tight you have that. I don't want to use it. I don't like it.
and
I
you don't
can't
feel like
stand
it's
it.
a good
Mechanism.
way to
I don't think it's a
Yeah.
good method to
judge. It's basically necromancy and divination.
And I
Vicky
know
Harmon.
it can work for some people, and that's
Yeah.
fine. If you choose to, I choose not to. And my people like, but I got this, I got that, and that's great. That works for you. That's awesome. I'm not going to judge you, but don't judge me for hating it, and don't judge me for saying that even a broken clock can be right twice a day.
That's right. That's right. I got another question out here from Vicky Hermans. Asks, what was your scariest encounter?
Oh, my scariest encounter. Hi, Vicky and Darren, by the way. Before I answer that, can I just say why I'm not in the Facebook live chat? I am 1 foot in Facebook jail as usual, so they won't even let me go into live shows or go live or anything right now. And why I'm in Facebook jail is for a different show.
Okay.
But so my scariest moment has to be the shadow person I encountered. Oh, him and that cat.
Sorry. I know. Believe me, I know.
Shadow person back 2012, 2000, somewhere around there. It was before I was investigating. And I was sleeping in my daughter's room. She was on the top bunk, and I was on the bottom bunk. And I saw somebody standing in the corner, but it was just a black shadow. And, you're trying to figure out, you're trying to adjust your head and trying to adjust your eyes. But it's darker than the room, and it's darker than the furniture. And you can actually see the whole outline of the person.
Mhm.
So I slowly go up on one. I'm still laying down, but I'm like leaning on my elbow, and I'm like, all right, now what do I do? Because I know what it is.
Mhm.
And the freaking thing charged at me.
Come on.
It ran across the room, and it either went through me or dissipated right before it went through me. I didn't feel nothing, but that was the scariest thing that I can remember. Yeah.
What was the running like? Do you remember? Was it like
It was like
a human running, or did it seem different anyway?
It was fast though, too fast for a human. It was just like from standstill, boom. It was.
That's
It was just like a little crouch and boom. It was so fast. There's no way. I mean, like cat-like quick. It just boom took off.
I can understand that.
Yeah, I was screaming, and Matt and I were together at the time still, and I was screaming, and I'm like, I run in there and I'm like, you got to wake up all the kids. You got to get them in here. They can sleep on the floor. And I'm crying. I mean, I'm laugh now, but I was really scared.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
and you're at home, right? You said
Yeah,
you're
in my house. Yeah.
in your own house.
It was very haunted.
Did you ever see it again?
No, thank God. But the reason why I was sleeping in there is because I only have permission to talk about one of my children and their experiences, just so you know. But see red eyes in that room and was scared and would have scratches and bruises and weird crap. And so that's one of the reasons why I was sleeping in there with her, is because she was scared. So
It's understandable as well.
And you
It's
mentioned that the
crazy.
house was haunted.
very.
And that's the
Very.
house that you're staying in.
What?
and,
No, that's the one that burnt down.
Oh.
Yeah, so everybody's like, what happened? How does it end? It ends with the house burning down. So I don't know what happened.
Do you know the cause of that?
Yeah, it was a neighbor forgot she was deep frying french fries.
Oh,
geez.
interesting.
Yes.
Oh man,
Jeez,
we're
but
so
you
sorry.
had other haunted experiences there, so you were well aware of the haunting.
Oh.
Did you have any idea like why it was haunted, or?
Nope. No idea. Just everything from a little girl. When my mother lived there, she used to tell us it was haunted. And at first we thought, yeah, okay. And this is before we even lived there, but we found out, oh yeah, it definitely was. And it just increased when I moved in.
Wow.
So, yeah. I can't even remember everything that happened, but it's very intense. I got a fractured arm from it.
How did it throw you?
No, it was in my sleep. And one of my daughters was sleeping with me. So it was me and her in the bed, and I woke up and my arm was all swollen and it hurt, and I went to doctors, and it was a fracture, a twist fracture, like a little kid.
Right.
And like I had to, they were like, they didn't believe me that I did it in my sleep. They're like giving me domestic abuse lectures, and I had to sign paperwork, and I'm like, I swear this happened in my sleep.
Wow.
So I can't say for sure it was paranormal, but it definitely wasn't normal.
Absolutely.
Scratches.
Wow.
And,
Voices, pictures flying off the wall. That happened once. One of my sons was saying, oh, the paranormal's not real. And I was already investigating at this point. This is why he was lecturing me. Oh, the paranormal's not real, blah, blah, blah. You're just, And he's sitting at the desk, and, oh yeah, this is video. I forgot. So there's on top of, above the computer screen, there's a picture hanging there. And he's saying it's not real. And the picture flew off the wall, but didn't go down the wall where you would think if it fell. It went over him.
Oh man.
I'm like, okay. And he just, everybody just kind of looked at it like, uh-oh, So.
Right. Poltergeist activity.
Yeah.
Poltergeist. Yeah.
Poltergeist.
Derived from the German word, of course, for noisy ghost. But typically means moving things. And it sounds like a lot of things are moving, and a lot of physical contact and that kind of thing. And that's scary. That's a truly scary side of the paranormal that I don't think people can understand, fully wrap their head around, unless they've really experienced this sort of thing where there's no explanation.
I agree. Totally. And it sounds crazy to somebody that hasn't been through it. And I just talk about it so nonchalantly, because
I fractured my arm.
Yay.
And the house burned down.
Great.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's just a part of life to me. So I'm just like, I talk about it as if I got the mail.
Sure.
Jeez. Yeah.
Right. Lots of folks out there in chat. Hey, Courtney. Hey, Anne-Marie Young. How are you doing?
Hi, guys.
Hey, Darren, obviously. Let's see what I got here. Jeff.
Taflin.
And here's another question for you. They got questions for you left and right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my girl, Kim.
Kim asks, "Hey Shay, what is the best evidence you ever caught?"
Oh, that is a good. See, you can tell she's a podcast host. She's from REP Paranormal and Friends on our network. That's a great segue, Kim, because I think we're going to be talking about some of the best evidence. Oh, that's why she said it. Evidence, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't say that. That's the E word. You got the P word. You
Stop
got
that.
the E word. The E word is evidence, and we use the D word, but not as in demon.
That's why the LOL, I caught it. After.
Data.
Yeah.
It is the best data you ever caught.
Data, yeah. Her last guest just said the best thing ever. Oh, what did they say? Like, it should be on a shirt. Don't zack up the paranormal.
Oh my God, I love that. Oh,
Isn't that awesome?
Do the button. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's my button.
I was like, that is the
That's
best
your
thing
button,
I've ever heard. Don't zack up the paranormal.
I love it.
That's Kristen's button.
I like it.
And we
Thank
talk
you.
about it a lot on the show.
Oh, come on. Stop that.
All right. I'm having too much fun with the cat button.
Yeah. Pay
Stop
attention,
it.
will you please?
Stop with the cat button.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so she or Darren, I don't know if you have that up. Can you see it?
Darren's the question guy.
Yeah, he said, "What is your dream location to investigate?"
I don't know. I Penhurst is really my top, and I was supposed to go and had to cancel. You know,
Right,
because
yeah, that would
of
be
the
a good one.
back. But
Mhm.
I'll get there someday. And the Winchester Mystery House, that would be another one.
Yes.
So
I can't imagine if we all went together and all the data we collect from there.
oh, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing. We were just, still can't believe everything that happened.
No, we can't either. We're still talking about it.
Yeah.
It was the craziest thing ever. It really was.
The
Yeah.
setup is, like we were saying, the Wilson Castle has a really good vibe to it. And it's not a place you think of anything negative,
Right.
you know, in general. Although it's a little spooky looking. It's a real castle.
Mhm.
It happens to be in Vermont, but I mean, it is like a legit castle.
It is. It has the
darn
castle
big.
window and everything, so it's legit.
It's
It is.
gorgeous. You know, has the tower, the whole nine. And yeah, we went upstairs and it got a little weird. And I played some of the EVPs before on the show, and the EVP quality isn't that great. Like, they're really, really quiet. I had to jack up the
sound.
amplify it to hell to hear them well enough to use. So I'd call them maybe like a class C, but they were consistent. They did say some pretty kind of creepy things that you wouldn't expect. Let me see if this will work.
She's got a nice class A EVP, but we'll talk about that after. Recent.
Yeah, you know, I don't even know how I played these. Oh, I know. I put them on the buttons. That's how I did it. That's why I couldn't think of it. A long day. Yeah. So I know, like, one of them said funeral home.
Oh yeah.
Asking about the room and about the casket, which came from a funeral home. Coincidentally, we did have an EVP of that, and I think like the stuff that seemed subtle in our recordings were bigger than what that data showed. There was a point where we kept hearing like scuttling in the adjacent rooms.
Yes.
Behind us,
moving.
Yes.
Yeah, moving in those rooms. Like,
nobody was
legitimately.
up. It
And
was
let's be clear. We're not talking like mouse scuttling. We're talking like people moving
Walking.
around. Yes.
Yeah, like loud noises.
Yeah.
And things like moving in the other rooms, which was creepy and disturbing enough so that at one point you went and looked. You thought somebody had come up the stairs and was messing with us.
Well, at one point, I don't know if you're talking about it, and if I interrupt too much, you can spank me later.
Okay. Deal.
Yeah. But remember, we got the the disembodied voice hello, the female hello.
But see, you didn't. See, you at the time heard hello. That time, we actually heard.
We hear laughter.
We heard a clown, like
It was
laughter.
Yeah,
That was the time.
We both heard laughing. We're like, did you hear that?
Yeah,
Did you hear that?
you
And
can hear us on the recorder saying, "I'm like, did you hear that?"
we did capture something like
and
a
you-
laugh on
it
the
said hello.
recorder as well,
Yeah.
but you had thought it said hello. So in
I
your
You
ears-
missed.
It was back to back, wasn't it?
Yes.
yeah, in your
But-
ears, you heard hello, which this happens, right?
Yeah.
You almost choose what is heard, what goes out,
Mhm.
where it's heard, which microphone it's recorded on, that kind of thing. And you actually heard something different than us. We heard this kind of like weird
It was
laughter, and it
creepy.
reminded me of a clown laughing.
Yeah.
And I would use the clown as a prop later, right? Let's remember that guy.
Actually, I never saw him in the light.
Oh yeah, that's we are in a dark room.
I'm moving my mic. I'm sorry. Like
That's
okay.
okay. That's what the clown
It's
looks like.
fine.
And yeah, it's not too large. It's a porcelain head
Yeah.
clown, kind of like a satin suit
It's the
on.
first time I've seen it in the light.
Everything was dark.
I've seen the light.
Yeah.
Uh,
But he was the trigger object you had said.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the trigger object. And we did hear something that sounded like a clown laughing, like if you can imagine that. It was odd, and we kept hearing things move, all of us,
It
and
was so crazy.
because we had some little life with the cat balls.
All right, cut. All right.
All right, I had
I'm
to
taking that button out
you know,
later after the show.
come on,
That's it, I'm
there were
done.
cat balls, meaning like the
Done.
toys the cats play with that light up and glow, and we were getting
Yep.
seemingly some response of those.
It brings us to our next point.
Is this the big? Are we going to talk about the big thing that happened?
The drop.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, we are.
This was really terrible and bizarre, and
It's funny. I can laugh now.
we
That's-
feel so bad. I mean,
If you
That's
see
good.
something, if I laugh too much, I'm gonna have to duck. She's gonna
yeah, she's gonna throw
something
things at you.
She can't hear you guys. She can only hear me.
Oh, okay.
So.
But
ugh.
do we have that clip inside the Yeah, we're gonna get it. It's really weird. We have to set it up though.
Yeah, do
Actually,
you want me to talk about it while you look for
Yeah.
it? Or
Sure.
Right at.
so at one point in the night we were using I misspoke when I talked about this a week ago. We were using necrophonics.
Mhm.
Celine was using
Ghost
almost like an
hunting.
Ovilus, but on the phone.
No, it was a ghost hunting app. That was what it was
But
called.
she's right.
Right.
It was
Yep.
spelling out words.
Yeah.
It was
like an
spelling out
Ovilus.
words, which,
Sorry.
No, I need help, trust me. And so she got dropped. You and her were sitting over in one
Towards the
spot
camera.
towards the camera. I was
A
across
little
from you.
behind her. Yep.
And my mother was behind us. I forget where Chris was. He was somewhere over with us. But
Yeah.
so she got dropped, and you two were like, it said drop.
Yep.
And at the time, I didn't hear nothing. And then she fell. The chair broke under her. She
Yes.
slams to the floor. And then my machine starts saying drop.
Yep.
And then when you actually go back and listen to it more, it actually said drop more than I thought.
It does.
It says that. It says fall. It's
Yeah.
in the beginning, even
It
before the
says
drop.
Deb.
It says Deb.
Mom's name that seemed to
Yeah,
be
it
Yep.
says-
almost being consumed by this chair, because you gotta
Yeah.
understand that the seat of the chair is what snapped. So
Yeah.
it was the weirdest thing. Celine is looking at her phone, and you're sitting with her, and it says
Mhm.
drop, and she goes drop, and then like a few seconds later, the chair just like it seemed like it exploded,
She flew right
and your
through
mom
it.
is in the chair, and her legs hanging out, and her arms hanging out,
Yeah.
and we're all kind of like stunned, looking at her like, what do we do?
Oh my God.
What's up with that? And nobody seems to know how to react.
Wait,
And it's only
nobody
like a
moved.
second.
We just all looked at her for a second, like,
Exactly.
and then all of a sudden, everybody realized my mother's like,
What
fell.
happened
Like,
to her?
and we
Yeah.
all got up at the same
We had
time.
no idea. We just heard that big bang.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're all
and we're
looking
shocked,
around.
and then we see your mom, and
Scared.
she's like in the chair with her arms and legs hanging out, and we're just all looking. And it was probably it's only like a second. Like when I played it back, it seems a lot quicker.
Yeah.
But in
Yeah.
my mind,
In our
it seems
mind.
like we were standing there
Like-
for like 10 minutes, going, Wow.
flashlight.
Even if it was
happened?
only 5 seconds, I
Probably.
still think it was 5 seconds too long, but it did. It felt like
It did. It felt like a lot longer than it was. It was
Yeah.
only a matter of seconds though. And then we went
Yeah.
over and helped her up, but it was weird. It was such a weird thing. And then immediately the necrophonic says drop, and it's clear. And
Yeah.
you hear both. You hear the drop. You hear Celine say drop. A few seconds, boom, and then the necrophonic says drop, and it says Deb, and then it said a few other things as well.
it kept saying get up all night after too. didn't
Okay.
it?
Yes. This
Yeah,
is what
so that's when we
happened.
got into the spirit box.
Yeah.
That was a little after. And
No,
I could-
necrophonic kept saying it too. Kept saying get up.
oh, so get up as well.
Yeah, and it also
Okay,
said
so I'm
white
thinking
woman.
of
So I don't know if you guys can see the background for our viewers, but in the background there's that traveling casket, and I sat a few feet away from it. And as soon as I sat down, the necrophonic had said, get up, and it said, get up, white woman. And I was the only one sitting down, and it was weird because I had that feeling it already was like, it was directed towards me. So later on, when we came back and we sat back down, we started using the spirit box, which is really cool. It's really cool. I don't know what you call it, but by Katie, but
Katie Stafford. Yeah, Matt
Yeah.
had lent us the spirit box that
Matt
we
Wardell.
used.
Yeah.
That was pretty awesome. I forget the model name of it, but it was one of Katie Stafford's custom spirit boxes.
Yeah.
It was
Which I've
awesome.
since tried to go and acquire, and I've not been able to because he makes them in very limited runs, which is pretty interesting.
But
and different
yeah.
than a lot of spirit boxes that
flips around.
accentuate that point. It does flip around. It doesn't sweep the bands. It jumps them around the band, and it's controlled a little bit by EMF. So if you hear it speeding up, what you do, and slowing down in that
Yeah.
recording, that means that there's EMF affecting the box. It's feeling the fluctuations.
right.
It acts as almost like an EMF detector. So it tries to combine that technology with the spirit box, which is pretty cool.
So I sat back down when we came back from our little break. And as soon as I sat back down, it kept saying, get up. And you can hear Chris and you say both get up. And it said white woman again.
Now,
And
Yeah.
this is
I'm
weird.
wondering if you had that very long bright white sweater on. So I still wonder if it was referring to you as in race or because you were wearing that bright
The tan
white
sweater.
sweater. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a
All right.
tan sweater. Yeah.
Yeah. It was just very odd. I'm going to try to share some of that spirit box data. I wanted to also show, I think I can share the clip of the drop as well. So let me see what I can do here. I'm sorry, Shea. I should have put some of these clips on the cat box over here.
Oh,
But-
that's it. Done.
But
It's coming out.
I have moved them. I had some of them on here. I thought they were still on here, but they appeared not to be, because we played some of the clips from Wilson Castle on the show a few weeks ago. Let me see what I can do. One moment. All right, I just wanted to say right there, that's us starting the spirit box.
As soon as it starts, it says bitch.
It says bitch right off the bat.
Yep.
I don't know how loud that's coming across in the stream, but it is absolutely there.
I'm not talking. Get up.
That's when I said get up. It's white woman again.
White woman.
Then it says something right after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just the first few seconds of turning it on. And it's just the radio, right?
Yeah.
And I'm asking about it. 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't know the
We're
story of the
fascinated
radio
with this
yet.
box.
Yeah, you're asking me. It's just a radio, right? I'm like, I have no idea what it is. I just wanted to use it.
Right. We weren't sure, like, because it does look, it's a lot of lights and stuff. I'm like, wow, it's making some strange noises. And if you remember, it several times it did like a breathing thing.
It breathed and something tapped from. It sounded like something.
And it was tapping, like knocking.
Hey, Chris, knock, knock. And it knocks.
And it literally sounded like it was knocking on a speaker.
Yeah.
And it no longer sounded like the radio. And we also heard something go,
yeah. Kept sighing.
Right. And it's not really scanning the bands anymore. It just, you got that.
But why the hell is a spirit box knocking or breathing like that?
We don't know.
Exactly.
We've never discovered like anything like this. We've never had this happen to us. So we don't know.
It was so weird.
Oh, before you start playing, my favorite thing that we discovered after the fact, I have to say this, is when you and I were arguing, I thought it said Kristen and you thought it said Chris around in the basement time.
Yes.
And we're arguing. You're like, well, I think it said Chris, and I'm, me. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. I thought it was Kristen. And you hear afterwards when we re-listen to it, we hear Bigfoot.
Yes, we have that.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, that is awesome. I heard it right away.
Some of these clips, though, I had put aside, and again, I meant to put them on the button, so I'm having trouble sharing some of it. But it does actually clearly say that. It says Chris, and then I think you said Kristen, and it goes Bigfoot.
Yeah.
What?
And then you went on. Okay, so I have back. Then you started talking. I don't know. I have a chair somewhere, but I doubt they'll work for me. It would take a whole show to just go over parts of the stuff.
Parts of it. Yes. Between the video and the audio.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a crazy, crazy night. It was.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the poor people, when they woke up the next morning.
Oh my God.
We're like, you won't believe what happened. We were up all night. We were drinking like mega coffee at that point. And they're just waking up. Poor Missy comes around the corner, still sleepy and like eyes barely open. And we're like, blah, 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 blah. And she's like,
I can't.
Yeah.
That's what she was like. The poor thing. I saw the look on her face. She's like, oh my God, I can't. I need coffee.
Yeah, quiz coffee. So we had what else do we have? We had so much happen.
We did.
I'm trying
it overwhelms me.
A video here, and this is the drop. I just want to make sure I do this correctly. So again, I apologize. Let me see if we can get this on the screen. Oh yeah, here we go. Okay, so this is the sequence drop.
This is Kristen and Celine
sitting in front of the camera. Yes, on the floor near the traveling casket.
Yes.
Oops. Oh, that's weird. That's being strange.
I bet you could make that light go from green to red if you touched it. That's crazy.
Can you hear?
Can you pause it for a second?
It says fall.
She thought at this point she thinks it's saying fall as in autumn.
Right.
As in a season.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
This is before.
So that's what she's saying. Is that your favorite season, fall?
Yep. That's
And
what came
comes.
across her phone.
Yep. And now comes the rest. Yep.
Yep.
That's why I said but I don't know if it was around then. Grind? I'm not sure.
Did you want to do the necrophonics?
Or witness, whatever you want.
Sure.
No worries. Now we're getting the necrophonic started.
And it's actually a lot louder on your recorder. This is just the camera, and the camera's so far away, you can't actually tell how far it is.
Yeah, that is accurate.
So.
Yeah. Again, I should have put that on the button instead of.
Yeah, but people like audio. I mean, visual with their audio.
Yeah. No worries. We were just scrambling, getting ready.
That's me to the left with the necrophonics in my hand, right?
Yes.
And Chris is to the right in the back.
Yes.
And my mother's way behind me.
Yes.
All right.
She's right behind you in a chair.
Yeah.
Metal chair, rubber padding, one of those.
You want to talk to this one? Can you sit? Can you say hello?
That's the necrophonics you're hearing in there.
Thank you.
Hello.
Thank you so much.
Can you say one of our names?
Just one of our names.
Okay.
Is it a? What you want to say?
Here it was, Bigfoot.
Yeah,
Bigfoot. Yeah.
Bigfoot.
It's much better on your recorder, that one, but I could hear it here too.
I'm pretty sure it says basement.
Oh, that was basement.
oh, that's right. Basement would come up several times.
Drop. Just said drop.
Fall. Drop. Yeah. Now hers was good.
There it goes.
And then there's your mom.
There goes her.
Okay, so let's do this again. Celine's gonna say drop.
Yeah. See, I hear an extra fall in there I never heard before.
And there's the chair, and there's us done. Like, huh?
Deb.
And
Deb right
yep,
after.
there's Deb.
Yeah.
I think I'm still a little shocked.
Everybody was. Nobody knew what was going on. Nobody knew.
That
But
was,
I hear an extra drop in there. Extra fall in there too.
Yes.
yep. That would, I didn't necessarily pick up on the first time. So
Yeah.
it was, you guys said it was kind of like a warning. Was one of the theories. Like they were just warning us, but I think there's far better ways
Yeah.
to warn us. And I don't know if it was a warning or what I can do.
Yeah.
We asked for it to say name, and it did end up saying Deb after she fell. Yes.
Yeah.
But then it wouldn't stop saying our names. It kept saying Shea and Deb all night.
Yeah.
Yes.
We got a recording of that too. Again, I apologize for not having all those clips ready. I'm gonna have to replay them, and we'll post them. We'll put them at our Facebook, which is facebook.com/Bigfoot and the Bunny.
Or / Dark Horse Paranormal.
Yeah, that's right. But I don't think it actually says. I don't think we got Dark Horse Paranormal. Like there might be another one somewhere, and they got it first, and we got a bunch of numbers and bullshit with them for some reason.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see what we got here. We got a lot of questions on the chat. I want to
Yeah.
Okay.
a couple of those because I know we're getting down
Good
to the
time.
end of the show. Oh, we did that one. And Iowa, Shea.
Oh,
This was
she was talking
Cameron
about where you
reference.
wanted to go on a
Oh
visit.
yeah, definitely. I have to get to Iowa. Have to get there. I'm just gonna sleep. I'm gonna border like host to host and friend to friend. I won't even need a hotel.
Oh, here we go. As Darren had a question for you there. What are your views on sleep paralysis? And he wrote shadow. I think he meant shadow people together. Shadow people together. Sleep paralysis and shadow people.
All right. Sometimes Darren likes asking questions he already knows the answer to. Sometimes it's to help me. Sometimes it's to irritate me. Sleep paralysis is a medical term. It has nothing to do with the paranormal. I think what happens that people refer to sleep paralysis in the paranormal form is something totally different.
I agree.
See, yeah, he likes asking me the hot topic questions that he knows gets a rise out of me.
Right.
Or my answers get a rise out of other people. I'm not saying this stuff doesn't happen paranormally. I just think sleep paralysis is a medical term, and I just think it should be kept out of the paranormal.
Right.
We agree. It's like the old hag syndrome. And,
well, that's just it. That kind of is where I'm going to say it is a little paranormal, just to debate with you a little bit. Like I had the old hag experience before I knew there was an old hag syndrome. So I was in a lucid dream. I saw the hag, and I felt like I was drowning, but I wasn't underwater. And I felt this choking experience, and it, like the hag was in pursuit of me, and I woke up, and I was like, and I was fine after it. But it seemed really strange. And then years later, I would find out there's a thing called old hag syndrome, and this happens between cultures around the world, and has for thousands of years. It's documented.
It has multiple names, but yes, yeah.
Yeah, but people tend to see this image as crone, almost
but
like.
That. I'm not saying that didn't happen, and I'm not saying that's not paranormal. I'm just saying that's not sleep paralysis.
Right. No, we understand.
Yeah, you know.
I feel like I couldn't wake up though. I was trying. Like I knew I was dreaming, and I knew I was drowning as well, as much as I knew I was dreaming. And there she was in pursuit of me, and I felt like if she could touch me or something like that, I would die. Like it was over, and I couldn't move. You know, my body. Now I'm asleep, so I don't know. You know what I mean?
I do.
How do I define that as sleep paralysis? Well, I was asleep, but I don't think I was moving. I don't know. It didn't feel like it.
Yeah. See, that's why I just think somebody just needs to come up with a better word for it, a better term.
We agree.
Because if you're saying you had sleep paralysis, it's a medical term where you can't move your body because you're just not full. Your brain's waking up quicker than your body is.
Right.
So that would discount, in my mind, it would discount anything paranormal happening to you if you're saying it's sleep paralysis. And if you're saying it's paranormal, then it's not sleep paralysis. Get it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the feeling, I think, because the body actually releases chemicals to keep your body still.
Or else if you ran in your dream, you would run. That's why sleepwalkers, they don't quite stay fully asleep. Somebody help me with words here, because I talk for a living, and some reason they're not coming to me.
We understand. We know it's late and stuff.
Yeah.
So.
It is a little late, but no, and we have wound down to the end of the show.
I did want to say one thing about that. Crystal and I have on your camera. My hair was being pulled. Your mom knows about this because she.
I remember. Yeah.
And come to find out, we have this like really weird video of my hair coming out.
It seems
I was
a full movement.
Okay, so you did see that.
It doesn't look right. It's your video.
Yeah.
Actually.
I know. I keep going back to it, and I can't figure out if it's paranormal or not. It almost looks like to me that you were going like this with your other hand. I can't remember because I'm not seeing it right now.
This part comes out and it sticks out. Really bizarre. And we're like, that doesn't look natural.
No, and it was funny because that's when you were around the time you were talking about it. So I did see that without you guys. This is the first time we've talked about that part.
Yeah.
I pointed it out to, I think it was my mother. I'm not sure, but
and
that's crazy.
Getting worse after that. That's kind of when the fall came, and then
we went for a break. We came
Yeah,
back up,
and
and
drop.
we were getting also after the break we were getting crowded. There was more spirits in there than what we
Oh,
thought.
that was. I've never like
Yeah.
called it quits for a whole group of people before. Like,
Yeah,
you guys are grown ass adults. You don't
Right.
need me to tell you. But I did. I said, okay, enough's enough.
yeah.
I
I
just
was
got to
gonna,
the point.
yeah,
Normally, I would say I have to leave, but I think it was kind of like I was like, I think we should all go now.
and it was perfect timing because you were feeling, really bad, and
Well,
I was,
yeah, we both were.
You
Yeah.
guys were feeling awful.
yeah,
And it was strange.
They were
It was
touching
like there
us.
was like, I don't know,
It
30,
was
40.
like a crowded elevator.
yes,
Yeah, it was like the feeling of being
the
in an elevator.
claustrophobic.
Yeah.
It was really bad. That's a big place. It's a big room.
It's a giant.
It was really, really bad towards the end. So we just had to get out.
Yeah.
But yeah, so where can we find you?
You can find me at Paranormal Buzz Radio on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and my personal stuff. I am on. I have Shea Paranormal for YouTube. I have Shea Carroll for Instagram, Shea Paranormal on Twitter. And the best way to keep up with me is my group Exploring the Unknown with Rebecca and Shea. That's where I put all my personal and fun stuff in there. And
And that's a Facebook group.
that's a Facebook group. Yep. Exploring the Unknown. That's also the name of our show, Exploring the Unknown.
Excellent.
With Rebecca and Shea. So, and very quickly, I just want to say season 4 of Shea's Paranormal Chat is about to be starting here real soon.
It's about to drop.
It's about to drop.
Where's the button now, babe? Boom,
Mic
boom.
drop.
No. Oh, he's driving his nuts with that.
And with that, that's
Yeah.
all the time we have for this week. I want to thank you, Shea, for joining us.
Yes, thank you again.
Thank you guys.
We had a blast.
Yeah,
and
we did.
we do have actually a lot more data than we covered tonight. And I do want to get that out, maybe at least on Facebook, and share some of that. And I'll have to have you back to talk about it some more. And we
Yeah.
got to get together.
Yeah.
We thought about coming down to the casino this weekend.
Oh man, you should have.
Yeah.
I lost $100 within 2 minutes.
Oh
Uh-oh.
my God. That would be me though. I'm really bad at gambling. So.
I like
Not good.
I like the tables.
Yeah, he
but
does well on tables. So
I want to thank everybody in chat
Yes.
and check out Paranormal Buzz Radio wherever you get your podcasts. Look them up on Facebook and www.paranormalbuzzradio.com.
thanks, guys. We'll see you next Thursday.
Thank
yeah.
you.
Saturday night we are doing Bigfoot and the Bunny
Oh yes, with June Lundgren.
with June Lundgren, and next week on Dark Horse Paranormal we're going to have occultist Ken Allen back.
Yes, we are.
Right on. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you.
Hang on, Shay.